So, the 2026 FIFA World Cup is just around the corner. And, well, this time around, the beautiful game, it's getting a massive upgrade. Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're unpacking a landmark set of rule changes that were just approved by IFAB, the folks who actually govern the laws of football. These new rules are making their highly anticipated debut at this summer's tournament. And honestly, they're going to fundamentally change how the sport is played. If you want to know exactly what you'll be watching this summer, you're definitely in the right place. We're talking about a massive 48 teams competing across 3 host nations, the US, Canada, and Mexico. I mean, this is literally the biggest tournament in football history, with way more games than we've ever seen before. But beyond the sheer scale of the whole thing, the real underlying theme of this World Cup is, well, an upgraded game. We'll be looking at 3 big overarching changes today: faster play, more accountability, and way smarter use of VAR. All right, let's dive right into our first major theme: upgrading pace and the outright war on time wasting. Now, for decades, one of the absolute biggest frustrations for fans, coaches, and honestly the players who actually want to play is time wasting. You know the exact scenario, right? A team goes up by a goal and suddenly, every single throw-in takes a minute. Every goal kick requires this long, dramatic run-up. The game's momentum is just intentionally stalled to kill the clock. Well, IFAB has finally decided enough is enough. They've declared a literal war on time wasting, and their weapon of choice? The number 5, specifically a super strict 5-second clock. There is going to be absolutely no more endless stalling at the touchline. From the moment a player has the ball to take a throw-in or a goalkeeper sets the ball for a goal kick, they have exactly 5 seconds to get it back into play. And what if they don't beat that 5-second countdown? Well, the consequences are severe and they are immediate. Delay a throw-in past the 5 seconds, boom, the ball goes directly to the other team as a straight turnover. But it actually gets even more punishing. If a goalkeeper delays the goal kick past that limit, the opponents are handed a corner kick. Seriously, think about that. That takes a completely safe dead ball situation for the defending team and instantly turns it into a high-danger scoring opportunity for the attackers. It's a total game changer. This directly targets the root of time wasting by keeping the ball in play and cutting out the stalling drama. Building on that whole theme of time, rule number 2 revolves around the number 1. A mandatory 1-minute penalty. You've seen this 100 times on TV. A player goes down under, let's say, minimal contact, writhing in pain. The ref stops the game, the medical staff rushes out, they get treated, and then, miraculously, they pop right back up and sprint back onto the pitch. In the process, they've successfully wasted a full minute or more of game time. Yep, not anymore. Under the new injury timeout rule, any outfield player who receives on-field medical attention must leave the pitch for at least 1 full minute after play resumes. So your team plays a man down for 60 seconds. No exceptions. Actually, scratch that. There are a few common sense exceptions. Because, obviously, IFAB had to balance this strict new deterrent with player safety. If there's a severe injury, a nasty collision involving a goalkeeper, or if the injured player was just fouled and is about to take a penalty kick, then the 1-minute sideline mandate doesn't apply. Makes sense, right? The goal isn't to punish genuine injuries. It's just to stop the theatrical fakers from exploiting medical stoppages to run down the clock. Which brings us to our second major theme of the day: accountability, VAR, and a new zero-tolerance policy. So VAR is back, and it's basically been given way bigger teeth to catch what the human eye of the referee might just miss in real time. Let's walk through these expanded powers, because they're pretty huge. First off, incorrectly awarded corner kicks can now be overturned by VAR as long as the review happens before the ball is actually kicked back into play. Second, VAR can now step in to catch fouls that happen before a set piece is taken. Picture those chaotic moments in the box where attackers are wrestling defenders right before a corner kick is swung in. If VAR spots that nonsense, the kick gets retaken and the offender gets disciplined. And third, and this is arguably the biggest deal, second yellow cards are now reviewable. Previously, VAR could only look at straight red cards, but now, if a player is sent off because of a second caution, they can actually request a VAR check on that specific booking. The ref on the pitch still makes the final call, but now there's this crucial safety net to prevent unfair ejections. Okay, moving on. Now, you might be wondering, why on earth would they ban a player from covering their mouth? It seems like an incredibly specific, kind of weird behavior to write a whole rule about, right? Well, it actually stems from a very serious controversy. The main catalyst for this rule was an incident involving Real Madrid star Vinicius Jr. During a really tense match, a player from Benfica allegedly directed discriminatory slurs toward him. The catch? The player did so while totally covering his mouth with his hand, which made it practically impossible for cameras or lip readers to definitively prove what was said. IFAB realized the sneaky tactic was being used to hide unacceptable behavior, and man, they acted incredibly fast to shut it down completely. So here is the new reality. From now on, during any confrontational situation, if a player covers their mouth with their hand, their arm, or their shirt, it's a straight red card. You are gone. No warnings, just out. And it doesn't stop there either. Players who purposefully leave the field of play just to protest a referee's decision will also be sent off immediately. The mandate from FIFA and IFAB literally could not be clearer here. You either respect the game or you leave it. All right, let's move to our third and final section, player safety and battling the heat. To adapt the sport to the intense North American summer, every single match at the 2026 World Cup is going to feature a mandatory 3-minute hydration break per half. The exact timing of that break is left up to the referee's discretion. And when you remember that these games are being played in host cities like Miami, Dallas, and LA, places where summer temps and humidity can reach absolutely scorching levels, these breaks are honestly essential. This rule proves that while IFAB is really pushing for a faster-paced game, they're still prioritizing the physiological safety of the athletes who have to actually handle that pace. Pierluigi Collina, the legendary former referee and current FIFA chief refereeing officer, he recently stated, "These changes aim to tackle discrimination, cut time wasting, enhance match tempo, and improve both the player and fan experience." I mean, that quote right there, that's the core thesis of this entire explainer. Every 5-second clock, every VAR expansion, every hydration break, it all serves one single unified goal, creating a faster, fairer, and way more exciting game of football. The 2026 World Cup officially kicks off on June 11th, and it is going to be the ultimate testing ground. Like we've talked about, every 5-second clock, every VAR expansion, and every hydration break serves that unified goal of a faster, fairer game. But honestly, it begs a massive question. As we micromanage the exact seconds on the clock and the literal hands over players' mouths, are we perfecting the beautiful game, or are we accidentally engineering the raw, unpredictable human element right out of it? I'd love to know where you stand on that, so definitely let me know down in the comments. Make sure to hit subscribe for more deep dives into the tactics and rules, and I'll see you in the next explainer.